I was thinking this weekend, but I peeked at the weather, so it ain't happening this weekend either.
We're cheaters.
I'm winking,
So,
winking,
spiritual spin time. So we have had a lot going on spiritually, cosmos wise. We just had our summer solstice, which is where it is the longest day of the year. It's called midsummer. In
A
some
Midsummer
areas,
Night's
it's called
Dream.
midsummer. Right.
That's my it's my British. What? You don't like my British?
I love you, Michelle. I love you. So we're going to. Oh yeah, so we had the summer solstice, which is one of our big Sabbaths, and it's definitely the longest day of the year. We also have the full moon tonight.
Wow.
So today is the full moon, and it is the strawberry moon. It's the mead moon. It's the honeymoon. It's the rose moon. Flower, hot, hoe, planting.
Hoe?
Yeah,
Hoe moon?
hoe moon. Swear to God. I swear to God,
said
that's
hoe.
one of them. It is, right? And it's a marginal supermoon. So in just recent times, right, in the past few years, we hear supermoon this, supermoon that, super eclipse, super. What's happened in the past few years is that the Earth, believe it or not, has gotten closer to the moon, like not closer like that way, but they've realized that the super moon happens 3 to 4 months out of a year, usually coinciding 1, 2, 3, 4, because that's when the moon is closest to the Earth.
Okay.
Okay, so that's why it's a super moon, because we are physically closest to the Earth. Okay.
So we're feeling that pull stronger.
Yeah, you're feeling the pull real strong. And one of the things that I thought was really cool, like, so I was researching some of the names, right? And Native Americans call it the strawberry moon, and it's because it's this is the short season to harvest strawberries. So you can only do it in this lunar cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, is why they call it the strawberry moon. In
Isn't that
Europe,
a Beatles song?
Strawberry Moon. No, Strawberry Fields Forever, baby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Shit.
So
I was gonna try my British accent again, but I'm not gonna.
In Europe, the full moon is called the mead moon, or the honeymoon, right? So now this is the trick. They would make the mead out of honey in the strawberries. They would ferment them together, and that's how they made mead way back in the day. That was the mead we would use in our spiritual
mead.
offerings and in our services and stuff like that, and our rituals, right? So another reason, I found this out, and I was amazed. Honeymoon,
Yeah.
you get married, you go on a honeymoon,
Yeah.
and I'm going to tell you why. The word honeymoon traces back to the early 1500s in Europe. The tradition of calling the first month of marriage the honeymoon is tied to this full moon because it was customary to marry in June, and because the honey is the sweetest of the year.
Oh.
So it's the honey. I have spirit bumps everywhere.
So you could marry a sweet honey if you got married in
Yes, right?
June. That didn't work for me with my
Yeah,
first
it's
marriage.
okay. Me either.
Was a
or the
flop.
second. It's
But-
all right. It's good. So
Well, actually, it was a honeymoon. It was 1 month.
another name for this particular moon is the rose moon, because all the roses are in full bloom right now, and it is in the month of June around the solstice that all of the flowers are in bloom also. So it's a really predominantly productive year for the earth. I mean, time of year for the earth is June. The honey's the sweetest. The strawberries are flowing. The roses are in full bloom. They're harvesting already in some areas of the earth. So June
It's like the first.
Right. It's one of the first harvesting moons. And then one of the other things I just wanted to let you know is the Hindus, there you go. The Hindus call this full moon, it corresponds with Vat Pranimia, which I have no idea if I even
Do you want
said
me to
that
try
right.
to say that in
Probably
Hindu
not.
for you so you
Sure.
can understand it better?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Wat puhumana.
Oh, she did so good.
No, I didn't.
Oh my God, that
I
was
almost
great.
said-
So during
almost
the-
said pu-
During the 3 days of this full moon, married women show their love for their husbands by tying
tearing their clothes off. Oh.
Yeah, right. Tying ceremonial threads around the banyan trees. Right, and we have banyan trees here. And the celebration is based on the legend of Savittri and Satavian. Maybe I said that right. So in the Hindu, don't even try it. So in the Hindu religion, it's 3 days for the full moon that they worship their husbands. They worship the men in their lives, right? And
that's it. Only 3 days.
and
you
that's
don't
the
have to
3
do it?
days, right?
Did I miss it? Because
That's
I always
right.
miss steak
Did
and
I miss it?
blowjob day too.
Yeah.
Like, damn it!
Sorry.
Better luck next year.
Next year, honey. Well, I tie some threads around the banyan tree. Here we go
If they
around the
don't-
mulberry bush.
If they don't
mulberry
happen in the
bush,
same time
mulberry
frame,
bush.
you know.
I know, right? So I found that piece about Hindu
That's pretty neat, though.
interesting because I celebrate the 3 days of the full moon. Day before, day of, and
Yep,
day after,
yep.
right? And I make my moon water, and I cleanse my crystals, and I set my intentions, and I release, and you know. So that's kind of the 3 days are really important in my spiritual beliefs because they're all just as powerful, right?
Yes. Yep. I agree with that.
Some people are like, "Oh, I missed the full moon." I talked to my son last night, and he's like, "Mom, do you see the moon?" I'm like, "It's raining here, but I know it's out."
Yeah.
I woke up at 3:30 this morning, and the moon was shining in my windows on my face. So I was like, "Thank you, Goddess."
Now, can you draw better energy during like a super moon? I feel like it's a super maxi pad, like it's gonna be, because it's the only thing I can think of that would.
You know what?
I'm
I
silly
think the
today, I
term
guess.
supermoon is just a recent occurrence in the past decade or so.
Because
It was
just
never
the moon,
real,
right?
It was just the moon.
Okay.
But the moon is one of our oldest means of telling time.
Mm-hmm.
Not the sun. Not the sun. The sun doesn't ever change shape. The sun goes up, it comes down. It goes up, it comes down.
Mm-hmm.
I said that backwards, but that's okay. In the moon, actually, in its
If you
phases,
did that, you would have been right.
Yeah, in its phases,
It's-
give a
it was
calendar
circle.
month.
Yeah.
Right. So back in the 1500s, they didn't say, "Oh yeah, I've been alive for 27 years." No, I've been alive for 432 moons. They tracked everything by moons.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
that's old.
yeah. I'm old.
No, that's older than sun.
Yeah, the sun doesn't mark the harvesting season. The sun doesn't mark when to plant, when to harvest. Everything was always by the moon.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So the sun always gave the energy, and the moon always gives the grace, right? And people are always more attracted to the moon,
Yeah.
believe it or not, than to the sun.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm sure there's some people that are the opposite, that love the sun and not the moon, and that's okay. That's your position, and I totally will support you in that. But for the majority of all religions, as far back as we have dated time, everything has revolved around the moon. Yeah.
So if y'all see Amy running around naked this weekend, that's
Don't
why.
be at the beach at 3 a.m. I'm forewarning you,
Oh,
it's not a pretty
Listen,
sight.
do you know how many people do things that you tell them not to do? Like how many fans do we have? You're gonna hear
I'm
flashes.
not telling you what beach, but
I'll tell you. Give me,
ah! She knows what I did for that Klondike bar, that bitch.
I do.
Okay.
So